In this video, we get off the dock and set sail to the beautiful and historic island of Delos. Then we continue sailing in some pretty poor conditions, but we lived to tell the tale and celebrated the Greek way.
I don't know if you could hear that or not, but apparently there's a military base across the way. So it's 8 o'clock. They're playing their reveille or whatever they want to call it. We're gonna head over to this place called Delos today. Not the other sailing show, but this is an ancient Greek city. You can see all the ruins and the amphitheaters and all that, so pretty cool. Should be really neat going to see that today. And then maybe heading over to Mykonos.
So what is it, just like, get up, wake up, the people, wake up the people of Greece?
I think that was, no, there's a military base over there.
Oh.
And so they're playing like reveille or whatever. They're going to work now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Let's get to work.
Yeah. Steph, if you'll grab this one.
Okay.
And whenever we're both all ready, just release it and pull it through. Yeah, let's wait for this guy. All right, guys, you ready?
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Getting off the seawall while Med moored is quite easy. We just let go of the lines and pull in on the anchor.
Go ahead and start pulling in, Meg.
And we drift away from the seawall. We started off the day in calm conditions in the wind shadow of Syros, but that was not to be the way it was later on in the evening. We rolled out the mainsail while it was still calm, and the wind was below 1 knot.
Remember, unfurl the headsail and we're good to go. It's super simple. I just use the unfurling switch and she hauls out on the sheet. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, let's see which way I want to go. I want to go that way. Okay. So, all right, go ahead.
The wind had picked up over 10 knots, so we were ready to do some sailing. How's that compared to your boat?
It's a dream. It's a miracle. It's a dream come true.
Pretty simple, yeah. So now we're shutting the engine down and we're good to go.
We left Syros behind and sailed about 18 miles to the east to the island of Delos.
We're sailing.
Yeah, moving fast.
We're going fast.
Doing 7.5, 8 knots on what, 15 knots of breeze? How's it feel to be heeled over again?
Feels great.
Well, you've been sailing a cat for a long time, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice. Just have it set up. You can see a little bit of the rain, but there is. Oh, is there rain out there?
That morning ended up being a very good day for sailing. At about 15 knots of wind, we were averaging about 8 knots, which is more than half the wind speed.
That's pretty good, 8 knots on 14 knots. We're gonna furl in the headsail now. It's super easy to do. You just hit furl and you ease the sheet. You ready?
Yeah.
We furled the sails and motored in the last mile or so up the bay. The island of Delos was a major cultural and religious center for the Greeks from 900 BC until 100 AD. It was said that the twin gods Apollo and Artemis were born on the island. After 100 AD, the island began a gradual decline in both power and population, although there is good evidence that the island was inhabited until 600 AD under Roman rule. At its peak, more than 24,000 people called Delos home. Now the island is completely uninhabited other than a handful of caretakers. I was unsure of the depth in the port of Delos, so we anchored a bit south in this open, large bay.
Guys, let me break in here for a second to give you a really exciting announcement. This is the Navigar base in Marsh Harbor. All these boats on either side of me are Navigar boats, including the Power Cats over here. We are doing a flotilla here in Marsh Harbor with Navigar, July 16th through the 21st. We've already got 6 boats totally sold out, and we've only had this registration open for like 1 day. They just released 3 more boats, so now we'll have 3 more boats plus our boat. We are gonna be cruising around with you. I'm gonna lead the flotilla, kind of help you guys get going, and we're gonna cruise around with you for the 5 nights. It should be really cool. Registration is open. There's a link down in the description. There's only 3 more boats left we gotta fill up, so if you're interested, you need to do it in a hurry. The average price is between $1,700 and $2,000 per cabin, so we're doing it by the cabin. You don't have to fill up your own boat, your whole boat. So you can be matched up with people, and you can go cruising around with us in July in the Bahamas. I can't ask for anything better. I would love to see you guys there. And we're also doing a drawing for one of our patrons to join us on the boat. We're going to do a random drawing from one of our patrons, and they will join us on the boat for free. If they've already signed up for the flotilla, then they will we'll move them to our boat, and we'll give them a refund on their portion, and then we'll book their cabin with somebody else. But so really exciting perk. Go to patreon.com/sailingdoodles, become a patron, and maybe you could join us on the boat. This is the island of Delos in Greece. It's huge. We flew the drone over it earlier. I mean, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, there's like hundreds and hundreds of houses and rooms.
Yeah, but I know it was from 900 BC to 100 AD, so it was 1,000 years, a long time ago, a couple thousand years ago. But I mean, it's a huge city, and it's amazing that it would just be abandoned like that. But
where do you enter?
We'll be down there. We're gonna get in the dinghy, and we're gonna go about a quarter mile this way to the ferry dock, and go exploring.
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
Yep.
All right.
This dinghy was only really designed for 4 people, and we were squeezing in 6. It was a bit of a wet ride, so we decided to pull over to a small little island and drop a few of us off and make 2 trips in.
You look a little wet. You need a jacket.
Huh?
And we're marooned on an island.
I think that's a kitchen right there.
I imagine somebody's house out here would have been, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, was it wealthy to live on the coast, or was it, I don't know. Could have been just a fishing shack, but we were just getting too wet in that dinghy ride, so he dropped us off. He's gonna drop the girls off and then come back and pick us up, hopefully. I think it'll rip when there's not a whole bunch of people in it. It's the Delos Express, probably not the one you're used to watching though.
There was a large tour group that was about to leave on the ferry, so we were going to have the entire place to ourselves. There were a few different walking paths through the place. The tickets were €8 a piece. It really was neat getting to walk through all the old ruins and see how people lived thousands of years ago. It amazed me that even back then they had sewage systems and running water.
Yeah. Nice try.
Got us.
House of Dionysus, whatever.
Delos was one of the main centers of worship for Dionysus.
Show your arm. You're in the temple. That is Dionysus.
And we're in the temple of Dionysus.
Oh man, this is sick.
This was one of their public toilets. There'd be a platform where you do your business, and then it gets washed away down below.
That's
His
amazing.
harem upstairs.
Yeah, so that was a toilet back there, and then there was a second floor on this thing. It's pretty cool. Pretty rich person's house. So you want to talk about a rich person? This person was filthy rich, man.
Oh wow! It was pretty impressive walking out of an amphitheater that could seat 12,000 people.
Wow, look down here.
Wow. That's where, that's where the people stayed.
Yeah, well,
No,
because this wasn't a Coliseum. This was where they did plays and stuff. That's
Yeah.
like the catacombs or something where they buried people. I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, so that was a water reservoir. So all the water that rained down in here in the amphitheater would kind of go down in there. That'd be a good place to keep all your water, and it kind of funnels it all down. But pretty amazing. I mean, look at the size of this amphitheater. You could have fit 10 or 12,000 people here, I bet you. Okay.
and the crowd goes wild.
All right, Stephanie, your turn to perform. Come on.
Steph?
We're in the crowd.
And you have to
Well, you gotta do better than that. Come on.
make my thumb go up, or you know what's next. Tomatoes.
Yeah, which way are we going?
Tomatoes.
No, oh no, do we go tomatoes? Yeah. Whoa! Tomatoes.
It's amazing how big this city was. I mean, it goes way over there to the shore over there. And it goes over this hill. There's more settlements on the other side of this hill. This was a pretty big settlement. I mean, this was somebody's house with a courtyard, and they got a little well right there for their water right there, a little cistern. I mean, this is pretty amazing. Look at all this. Just amazing. And then, I just don't understand how, I'm sure they were conquered or something, but just for all this to be abandoned.
Wars and lack of natural resources caused the decline of Delos from about 100 AD.
I don't know what's at the top of this hill. Got to be some kind of temple, but it's a pretty steep and long walk.
It's easy to see why the ancient Greeks picked this spot. The view from the top is absolutely beautiful.
What'd you think of Delos?
It's really nice. I mean, I'm excited. I've wanted to come to Greece to do history, and it's cool. I see Dionysus's house.
Yeah. House of Dionysus.
house.
Well, it's not his house. That's just somebody like, I think it was a rich person's
Worship.
house, and they named their house the highest of Dionysus. You know.
Yeah, and at the top, on top of the hill, they have
Yeah.
their goddess
Yeah.
houses. It feels like a really
My grandfather's
beautiful
name.
energy.
Yeah.
We made a couple dinghy trips back to the boat where things were about to get hairy. The wind had picked up significantly, and at times we were seeing over 30 knots.
How you liking this?
I mean, it's definitely very different from what we've sailed before,
Yeah.
but it's fun. I kind of like a little rough.
That's what I've heard.
So cool. I'm loving it.
So we got about 5 miles to go over here to Mykonos, maybe less than that now. Unfortunately, it's directly into the wind, so we're just gonna motor into it. But the good news is that, you know, this boat can still do 6.5 knots, almost 7 knots under the motor into wind and waves like this. We got true wind speed 17. I've seen it up to 23. So
The wind started off 17 to 23, but the closer we got to Mykonos, it was well over 30. We had just a sliver of head sail out, and we were doing 8 knots.
25 to 30 knots of wind right now.
We had to bring in the cushions before they blew away. It was going to be really fun trying to dock the boat in this. With our now experienced crew and help from the guys on the dock, we made it look easy.
So there's a boat right there that is making a lot of noise and it's actually not looking very safe. So they were contemplating right there what they're gonna do with it. What are we gonna do?
I think I'm gonna hop on and I'm going to at least take a look at the line that's connected to the back of the boat because it's chafed through the casing already. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just swinging back and forth.
And we've asked,
that halyard
and
sucks.
you guys have asked the neighbors, and there's nobody there. They haven't seen anyone, so
yeah. Give it a shot.
it's better to keep it safe.
And now it's on the core. So the core is exposed.
Yeah, I get a deal with that.
Frog jump!
They've only got one sand line on it, and then it needs to be tightened down.
That fixed the halyard problem.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I don't
nice.
see any extra
No more.
lines. I was gonna throw an extra line for him over here. But I don't know.
See how these guys have a line each one and they're going across? That keeps it from swinging so much. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah,
We can at least tighten this one down.
tighten it a little bit to help this other one not chafing.
Yeah, I mean,
Fine. Okay, I'm gonna take another foot.
Yahoo! Good job.
5.
What do you think, Captain?
I mean, it's not swinging so violently
Yeah.
anymore.
Even though it was still pretty windy, we decided to take the sea bus into the town of Mykonos. We left the new port, which is where all the private vessels are moored, and headed over to the old port. There are no private vessels allowed there, just commercial vessels.
Yep, €2 for the bus. They used to allow like sailboats in here to Medmore and all that, but I don't know. They don't anymore. I'm not sure why.
If you notice, every building on Mykonos is painted white. All the narrow streets and walls are painted white as well. It makes me wonder if maybe this was what it was like on Delos back in the day. We explored the streets of Mykonos and made our way to dinner. We had a lot of great meals in Greece, including this one, but this one was by far the most expensive we had of the whole trip. While Greece is inexpensive, Mykonos is not. Did you know a little less than half our viewers are subscribed? Please do us a favor and click the subscribe button.